Well, welcome back, friends, to the Hypocrites and Hypochondriacs podcast, second season entitled Passion Fruit, where we are allowing our why to produce a passion that bears fruit. I'm your host, Antea Evelina, and I am excited about today's journey. Well, friends, you are in for a treat. We have Antonio Tate of Party Bites Catering in the lounge with us today. He's going to talk about how he allowed his why to produce a passion that bears delicious fruit. Stay tuned. Well, thank you so much, Antonio, for being on the Hypocrites and Hypochondriacs podcast.
Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So, first question. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is probably sous vide baby back ribs. Ooh. Yes. You want me to tell you how I make them?
By all means.
Really good. So what we do is we take baby back ribs. We prepare them by adding our seasoning, adding our rub. And also you make a smoky molasses glaze to go on them. And then we put them in a sous vide bath for about 4 hours. And then finish them off on a grill or either in an oven as well too. So what sous vide is basically, it's called under vacuum is what sous vide actually means. But what it is we actually cook food underwater at a controlled temperature for a certain amount of time. So it adds the perfect tenderness to your meat, also adds your smoke ring if you add your Prague powder number 1 into that as well too. But it's amazing process of cooking food.
Wow, that sounds amazing and delicious.
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for that. Second question, tell us about yourself. Who is Antonio? Who is Party Bites Catering?
All right, I am Antonio Tate. I am the husband of the lovely Antea, who's actually has this podcast. And I am kind of sad that I'm actually making my first appearance of second season.
Oh my!
But that is fine. I'm happy to be here nevertheless. But I am a caterer of Party Bites Catering, and I've owned the business for about 5 years now. We're really in a really growth span, trending in a lot of growth right now in what we're doing.
A trajectory.
There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. But really growing at a great pace right now. Have a great team around me, and just really trying to grow and get passionate about different things that we're doing with food. As far as the presentation of it, our cooking styles, adding new things to our menu, and just really growing our customer base. Is what we're working on right now.
Wow. All right, well, good to hear. Now, what makes you different than other caterers or chefs?
I think what makes us different is really our attention to detail as far as the cuisine. And I'll get to the service in a moment, but really the innovative part of it, how food is chemistry, how food is science, and just finding different ways and better ways to actually create different meals and create different dishes. As far as the service aspect, I think that our main focus is our whole team has a really servanthood mindset about how we do things. So we want to serve in excellence. We want to leave, if we go to a venue and leave a kitchen, we want to leave it better than what we found it. Yes. It's really a serving, it's people in excellence, anticipating the guest needs is really our main goal. I think that's what makes us different.
That sounds amazing. It sounds really good. So you said that you have a servant-minded team surrounding you.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about your team and maybe the different attributes that they have that make you say that.
Awesome. One big thing, not a requirement for us, but all of us go to church. We all believe in God. We all believe in Jesus Christ, and we know we get that spirit of servanthood from how He served us and how He served. We'll read about the stories and everything in the Bible that He's done for His people. So we really have a spirit of servanthood from that, and that's really our base. And from that, they kind of lead after me. You know, I have a spirit of servanthood. So then they want to be like me. And I want to make little small mini-me's of me that are in the kitchen, out serving at events. But really leading by that, and that example, it really sets a standard for us, I think, in our service.
That's y'all secret sauce, huh?
That's it. That's our secret sauce.
Wow. You said anticipating the needs of others, which is being hospitable, and that it's not always synonymous with catering, is it?
It's not. I mean, even with service in general, even what's going on just in the nation, yes, the quality of service hasn't been the greatest, I feel like. I think it's trending downward, actually. But we want to be the upward trend with that. You know, we want to go above and beyond for every guest that we have. And we might make mistakes along the way, but we're going to fix them and get improved from that mistake.
Yes, By all means. Well, where did your journey begin? Like, how did you get started?
Yeah, I think my journey began really in my father's kitchen. Back growing up, back 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, with him cooking meals for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then even when I was 13, running an actual restaurant.
Wow.
His restaurant he had called Gumbo to Go. It was a Cajun Creole restaurant, and that gave me a good base as far as for flavor. New Orleans and that Cajun Creole style food is really flavorful, has spiciness to it, has sweetness to it. And I was able to learn that from making etouffee and gumbo at a very young age. And I think that carried on to now and how I do my cooking and how I prepare food to this day.
Wow. What was your favorite dish that you prepared with your dad?
Ooh, let's see. I think probably gumbo. Gumbo it's amazing. There's so many different steps to it. There's so much even science involved when you put your okra in there, or using gumbo filet, and how you make your roux, and how it's a 45-minute to an hour process to make that roux. By even browning that butter and flour to make a more depth of flavor and umami flavor in that gumbo, I think was amazing. I think that was one of my favorite meals to cook with my father.
Wow. That sounds complex.
It
and
is.
Your dad, what did he do for a living?
My dad, oh my gosh, where do I begin? He was a biochemist by trade.
You think that helped him as a chef?
It definitely did. It definitely. He didn't talk about the science aspect of it as much as I think about it now, but it definitely was a part of his cooking, though, for sure. But biochemist by trade, he had a catering business, had a restaurant, was a great cook. He could sing, he could play piano, could play the guitar.
He was a creative.
And he's a creative. He could paint amazing. He was amazing, multi-talented, for sure.
Wow. Well, what's your inspiration?
My inspiration, I'm inspired by the world around me, really getting out and learning the trends that are going on, not only in Chattanooga, but even larger cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles, New York, and what they're doing. And really it's having my feelers out and trying different tastes as far as what's savory and sweet and what pairs well with one another. Even doing things with coffee even as well too, in rubs, in mocktails, things like that. I think there's so many flavors out there. It's finding the right combination that really excites people's palates, is what you want to really bring to the table when you deal with customers, when you provide food for others as well too.
So you find inspiration around you. That's wonderful. So
sure.
Do you travel often?
Yes, I do. We do. Yes, we do. So from Miami to to Telluride, Colorado, or even New York, and seeing the different food concepts that are out there, the different cuisines that are out there, how cities cook to their region. Where in Telluride we had bison a lot there. There's bison that they're flourishing there, where maybe we might not have that option here, but down in Miami you have that Cuban descent, that Cuban flair in all your food and dishes there as well too. So different cities give you a different flair. So important to travel and see the world, see the United States, see all the states and cities that are out there that are providing just great cuisine to the world.
Oh wow. Sounds good. Now, what does the future look like for you, Antonio, and your business?
All right, future is bright.
Yes.
I think my future is really just growing. I'm embracing this time right now. I'm embracing my season of obscurity, if I like to say. Really embracing that right now and being prepared.
What does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me? That really means that I'm embracing this season where I'm able to grow and not be on the big stage, maybe not be on the food networks or be out in a huge restaurant, in the Michelin star restaurant right now, but really perfecting my craft right now. Really learning how to lead my team better, learn how to grow my business and run a great ran business and provide a great service to customers consistently, I think is a really good goal of mine that I want to start with right now. And that's part of embracing my season of obscurity right now.
So would you say that you're in the trenches?
Yeah, definitely the trench stage. Yep. And I think I went to the in a trench stage when I first began my business the first couple of years. And then we kind of mellowed out and kind of plateaued for about a year or two or so. And now it's really blown right now. It's really at a high level right now, which is I'm so blessed for it, blessed to have that. But it's just there's growing pains in there as well too as you grow, So really just perfecting what I do, perfecting my business practices, communication with my team better. Communication with my customers even better as well too. So it's definitely a time and an opportunity to be able to grow and do things better than I ever done it before.
Well, we brought you on the podcast because we feel like you had something very important to say. And I think that you're a very unique individual. And I think the way that you serve others is so powerful. And I would love for you to speak to just the feedback that you've gotten as an individual, and also as a business owner, as a boss, because you're passionate about what you do and the lives that you have impacted. When I think about Jennifer and, your whole entire team, you're changing lives. You're giving people opportunity.
Right.
So.
I haven't always seen it that way. I'm just, that's what kind of person I am. I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to pour into other people, but it's been amazing just being on my team and watching them grow. I've been on my team now for Jennifer almost 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. I have Stephanie as well too. She's been around for 2 years, a little over that now, and she's kind of grown into my lead right now and kind of dealing with customers for me and fixing problems, being my fixer, setting up events for me and things like that. But it's been great to really grow with them and be able to just kind of improving my leadership skills. Like I said again, improving in leadership and really how to manage them and how to lead them and lead them the way they need to be led as well too is very important as well too, because you always deal with different personalities, so some things you can say to someone, but another person you cannot say the same thing to them. You have to manage them a different way. You use different leadership styles with them as well too. So really learning that with them, and we have a really good core team right now as far as handling all the recipes being consistently done every single time, and now going over to the service part of it and make sure service is on point every single time, making sure we're consistent, we're on time. People eat with their eyes, so making sure that the plates look amazing, the spreads look amazing, and are eye-catching, because people eat with their eyes. They want to the food tastes better when it looks good, know what I mean? So really doing that and putting emphasis on that as well too is important to us.
Now, you speak to your training methods and how you are pouring into your team. So you're giving them employable skills, but you're also impacting their lives on a personal level with their families. Like their children know you, and you're endeared by their family members. Can you speak to that? How does that make you feel?
It feels so good. And it's really, we're not only working together, but we're doing life together.
Yes.
We're doing life together. I know what their needs are. I know what bothers them, what doesn't bother them, what gives them joy, things like that. I'm able to learn with them by being around them all the time. And also with their families, their children. I know their children. I love their children. I give them hugs when I see them. We go out and get ice cream together and donuts together sometimes. So I think family is very important. And they care about me and us just the same. You know what I mean? They will do anything for us. And I think because of what we built with them over these years, they will do anything for us, and we will do anything for them as well too.
Now, that's not typical of bosses, but it sounds like you were very intentional about pouring into them, because I think we always talk about sowing seeds, and what you put in is definitely what you get out. And so I believe because of what you've poured into them, that they're loyal above any other, any other boss they ever had. And it's not even you being a boss, but you being a leader, you being so much more to them, a friend, so that's powerful to see.
Something you touched on, you said talking about seeds, but it's about duplication, so it's about me duplicating myself, so I'm able to step back sometime and maybe have a vacation or work on other business entrepreneur ideas that I might have in the future. I'm able to do that because I'm building a strong team that's behind me and knows our culture of Party Bites Catering, and knows my mindset of how I do things and how I do things in excellence. And they want to do that same thing and make the business proud as well with that. I've been talking to my team lately, the last few days, about you cook the way you feel. So if your mood is down in the muddy grubs and you're not full of joy where you're cooking, it's not going to taste as good as you're cooking, and you're loving what you do, and you're joyous doing it, and you're happy doing it, and had a great day, had a great start to your day. You talk to God that morning and ready to get the day going. It's not going to taste the same if you have a totally different negative mood, So we've been talking about mood the last 5 days. We've been talking about that, and how the same recipe can taste one way if you're feeling a certain way. But if you do it with love and do it with all of your passion, it tastes the best it can possibly taste.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I had an opportunity to witness you and your team at a wedding, and they spoke of the food. They raved about the food, but people have had good food before. They don't always have good service. They don't always have people with a great temperament. And the mother of the bride came over and spoke highly of your team and how polite and how caring and how hospitable they were. So Party Bites Catering is not just chefing up delicious food, but it's changing lives and it's impacting environments. Yes. So I thank you so much for sharing your heart and sharing about the business. How do our listeners get a hold of you? How do they reach Party Bites?
Awesome. Get a hold of us by our website, which is partybitescatering.com. You can find us on there and also on Instagram. We're at Party Bites CHA, so Party Bites Chattanooga. So Party Bites CHA, and then also on Facebook, we're Party Bites Catering, or at Party Bites CHA as well too.
Awesome. Well, once again, Antonio, thank you so much for coming on.
All right, thanks for having me.
Well, friends, I don't know if you heard the smiles coming through the microphone. Antonio is such a delight. He's such a kind and generous individual, and I've watched him grow over the years. I've watched him go into environments, and it's almost as if he comes with the food, but then he leaves with people's hearts. Hospitality is a spiritual gift, and Antonio has perfected it. In this day and age where there's a lot of division, where there's a lot of strife, if you will, Antonio is able to bring joy to environments, and people love coming together and breaking bread. And he's a part of that. He's a part of births and weddings and all these different types of major life events that people have. He's able to contribute to by bringing delicious dishes, but also bringing that peace and that joy and that servitude that shines so bright through him. Friends, I hope that you leave this episode with the desire to impact lives and the desire to be hospitable. Hospitality is defined as anticipating the needs of others. And so as you go out today, I hope that you find a way to anticipate the needs of another. Until next time, be hospitable.